Sean Spicer returned to the podium yesterday. Don't know where he was. He was asked to give an example of what he means by fake news. And here's what he said.
Friday, the president was having a great discussion at the G7. And someone from the BBC and ultimately an incoming reporter from the New York Times retweeted that the president was being rude by disrespecting the Italian prime minister. And when in fact you all in every one of the meetings that we sit in watch the president with that one earpiece that's been used by other presidents. And that's the kind of thing that the BBC and ultimately the reporter who's now joining the New York Times push out and perpetuate with no apology. What, you're shaking your head, Peter. I mean, it's true, you did it. No, I'm answering Jim's, but I think, but I guess that's,
make mistakes.
No, but that's not, but that's just fake. Thank you guys very much, I appreciate it.
So, just so you know, the reporter who originally claimed he wasn't, who wasn't listening, posted a correction. So, when is a mistake fake news?
Well, fake news is when you put it out there with the intention to mislead. It's usually a sensational story that's going for clicks, clickbait or money.
You mean like when who said, oh, the former president tapped my phone line?
Yeah.
Is that like that?
Yeah, that could be that. That's all. To me, I actually...
Well, that is, the former president was not born in this country.
But the difference here is I actually think there might be some paranoia there, so I actually think he might believe it. Typically with fake news, you know it's not true. You intentionally set it out. That's different than a mistake made in the news that is then corrected.
Yeah. Well, how about his crowd size at his inauguration? Everybody saw the same picture he did.
So everyone knows
that's fake news as well.
There is a point to be made, I think, about social media and about journalists. And I've seen numerous times a journalist come out and say something, either it's a stat about gun violence or it's reporting on the scene of a crime, and they speak very quickly because they're in this day and age you're trying to keep up with the fast pace of everything, and then it gets retweeted hundreds of times before a correction has to be issued. So I think in the age of social media there is an awareness that has to take place with all of us that if you say something and put it out there, there's a chance that by the time you go to correct it, millions of people have retweeted it.
But true journalists want to be right rather than first.
Yeah.
True journalists.
Too many want to be first now. I see
but we're living in a world with a guy who puts out lies and never says, oh, I made a mistake. You know, this is unfortunately what you're looking at. And because we don't have it from the top, the middle isn't going to get it. And who knows what's going to happen.